Shalom, salam, peace. I'm sorry not to be able to be with you physically this afternoon. I'm delighted that you're celebrating a Seder that recalls the deepest stories of many traditions about the danger of overwhelming power that's unaccountable, that's cruel, that's stubborn. That's what the Seder is about, and it's about the actual transformation of the world so that that kind of power, in the tradition sort of named Pharaoh, that kind of power doesn't in fact control us. But that struggle has to be undertaken in every generation. In fact, the traditional Jewish service for the Passover Seder says in every generation, some rise up to destroy us, and in every generation we have to win our freedom anew. So freedom from torture is one of the crucial defining qualities of a decent civilization. And it goes back, in fact, to our deepest religious traditions, just as the Seder does. On Good Friday, Christians remember the torturing to death of a great rabbi by the Roman Empire. And on Yom Kippur, Jews remember the torturing to death of 10 great rabbis by the same Roman Empire. Empires tend to use torture. Why? Because there is a welling up of resistance to empires, and when the welling up gets strong enough, the empire resorts to everything it can think of to smash the resistance, the opposition. So as we face the use of torture by the United States government in our own generation, a really disgusting, vile use of torture, we should keep in mind that this is not just a historical accident. It stems from an attempt to impose empire internationally and even inside the United States, where the not physical but emotional and spiritual torture of isolation, total isolation, is used over and over again in our prisons.
There you go.
There are three things we need to do as a society. First of all, we have to make sure that people who were victims of torture become full survivors of torture, which means assistance that makes sure that they recover fully, spiritually, emotionally, as well as physically. Second, we have to punish those who ordered torture and those who carried it out. The notion that we can say, oh well, that was then, this is now, is not any reasonable way of creating a society of law and decency. We don't do that with murderers. If you murder somebody a year ago, 5 years ago, we don't say, oh well, that was then, this is now, let's move forward. Because the only way to make sure that murder remains understood as terrible and disgusting is to punish murderers. Same thing with torturers. And the third thing is we have to change the policies of empire, of domination, of top-down power, the policies of Pharaoh that torture human beings and torment the earth itself in our generation. All those three we need to do. I'm glad to be with you, at least visually. Again, shalom, salam, peace.